And these pagan nations will be beaten by Israel. They will come to war with their idols and their gods, saying, we trust in the God of so-and-so and who. And Israel will beat them down, the hand of God will smite them down.
My name is Lecrae. That's my real name. My mother named me that. I'm from the US of A. I grew up in the West Coast and in Texas. I live in Memphis, Tennessee now. And didn't grow up a Christian or in a Christian home. Actually, I didn't really care to have anything to do with anything Christian. I actually ran into a group of individuals who dressed like me, they looked like me, they talked like me, and I was under the impression that they weren't Christians, and to come to find out that they were really just blew my mind, because I didn't think God wanted to have anything to do with, you know, just your average urban individual. And so seeing that really had a strong impact on me and got me interested in learning more about God and who Jesus was. And eventually, after about 6 months from meeting them, I heard a clear gospel presentation, became a Christian, and here I am today. It appears that, you know, there's a lot of people who would say that Christian rap is not holy or can't be used by God. And I guess the challenge there is, you know, what do you define as holy? First of all, you know, the Lord is holy. He's holy, 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 according to the scriptures. And then he sanctifies us and makes us holy. And, you know, being that we are vessels of grace and vessels used for his glory, we then can take elements and different things and use them unto his glory. And so, whereas the scripture talks about we were just vessels used for, you know, purposes that were not noble. Well, now we're used for noble purposes. You know, now we're used for the glory of God. And so, if God can change us and use us as noble vessels now, then we can begin to use some of the things that we used to do for the wrong purposes now for the right purposes. And so, music being one of them. You know, music is something that we can now use for the glory of God. And really, with hip hop, what you're talking about, hip hop music is words that rhyme, syncopated rhythms and beats, and then you're taking lyrics that glorify God. And so I think people kind of make a lot more of it than it is. They just think that it's some kind of demonic force behind it, when realistically, if you look at the history of gospel music, it started as a secular form of blues, and it was taken and used for the glory of God, and people are very encouraged and changed by it today, as they are with Christian hip hop. So.
Hasn't been seeing you in the right view lately. Let me out. Father, I'm praying for a friend. He and I are pretty close. And out of all my friends, for this one I'm concerned the most. He say he reading daily, but he ain't really learning. He been in church, but say that he ain't moved by any sermon. His face weak, he ain't prayed in a week. He wake up and just weep with his face in a sink. Lord, you gotta help my man. I'm praying for him daily. He ain't sin, but it just seems as if he going crazy. He say he feeling trapped, he can't even hit up the mall, cause every lady's half-dressed tempting him to lust and fall. He keep the TV off, videos just make him.
You know, my advice to any young Christians who want to pursue their talent, I think that God has gifted us all in unique ways and given us certain bents. And that we should, you know, walk in those ways in which he's bent us. However, I would say, you know, the scripture talks about not pursuing anything out of selfish ambition. So if you're aspiring to be, you know, this Christian entertainer, you have to check your heart and your motivation for wanting to do it. Because if there's a selfish ambition in it, then you shouldn't be doing it at all. Use your gifts in whatever context you can. Be content rapping for just your local congregation. Be content rapping on the streets to evangelize, but don't seek out the stage and the lights and the record deals and all those type of things, because if there's a selfish ambition behind that, which there generally is, God doesn't get the glory. You end up getting the glory, and that's sin. And so I would just encourage, young people, if you're talented, if you're gifted, use your gifts for God, but that doesn't always mean that they're going to be on a grand scale. A half of a percent of Christian rappers actually make a living doing it. I don't know how I ended up here. It's only by God's grace. So I just tell you, oh man, one day I can get to be at this level, a truths level of, these guys. And, God has just demonstrated grace on us, and we didn't work hard to get here. We just pursued Him, and He opened up these avenues.
There's a change in him, and the effects are strong. I pray you'll open up his heart before the next song. And when he gets home, I pray you'll open up the 66-book love letter you wrote and soak it up. Cause he ain't hearing you, and he ain't feeling me. And God, I know it's killing you, because it's killing me. And matter of fact, there's something else he's concealing. See, the person that I've been praying about is really me. Praying for you.